These are the top 5 reasons you're overslowing your corner entry. Number 1, you're turning in too early. So let's say you're the red rider about to take a left-hand turn. So you're coming down, and if you turn in too early, you're going to get too close to the double yellow line, right? So you're just going to that's going to build an anxiety because you're getting way too close. Just in case there's a big truck or a car coming the opposite direction, you're not going to be comfortable getting too close to the line. So turning in way back here before the road turns, turning in way too early, that causes you to keep on to overslow. So the solution is wait longer, stay on the outside longer until the road itself begins to turn, and then you can kind of go through the turn in that fashion. Number 2, you're not effectively counter steering. So now we're going to take a right-hand turn, and as you're going through, if you're just trying to only rely on your body to try to get the bike to turn, or if you're trying to push down on the handlebar or throw your body into it, the bike's not going to want to turn, and you're going to go wider and wider, which is going to freak you out, causing you just to keep on slowing down way incredibly too much. So counter steering is you want to go right, you actively, with intention, push forward on the right handlebar to get the bike to go to the right, or you could pull on the left handlebar, or do both. But counter steering is what gets you through the corner 95% of the time. Your body may help the bike start to initially lean a little bit, but if you take the hands off the handlebars and put your bike on cruise control, you can't go through the twisties without just by using your body. I have a video all about that if you want to check it out, but it doesn't work. You got to actively counter steer. So most people aren't aware of what they're doing. So pay more attention to your steering. Physically push forward or pull or both. Get the bike to lean over by counter steering, right? If you don't do that, you're trying to get the bike to lean, ain't going, so you're building up anxiety, you're getting more and more scared as the corner approaches because the bike doesn't want to turn because you're pushing down, which does nothing, or you're just moving your body. But if you actively counter steer, the bike will lean a whole lot quicker with less energy by pushing forward, so that way you'll be able to carry a little bit more momentum going through the corner. The next reason you're overslowing your corner entry, you're not looking far enough ahead. So now let's say the rider is going through, right? And they're only looking maybe 20 feet before their bike. So here's the bike and they're looking right here. And they go maybe 5 more feet and they're only looking the same distance. So as they go through the corner, they're just looking a little bit. It's going to create anxiety. And if you look at the floor, it's going to feel like you're going faster because the lower you look, the faster it feels like because it builds up your sense of speed. If you look way off in the distance, it doesn't feel like you're going as fast. This is easily demonstrated on a bicycle or a skateboard. If you're going down the road and look straight down at the ground, it feels like you're going 50 miles per hour. But if you look up at the horizon, it doesn't feel like you're moving at all. So get your eyes up way further ahead so it'll reduce your anxiety because it won't feel like you're going as fast. Otherwise, if you just keep on looking down really close in front of your front tire, maybe 20 feet in front of you, it's always going to feel like you're going faster than what you are, which will continue to make you overslow your entry. This next one is a big one, and that's going to maintenance throttle too late. So say you're approaching the curve, you're going left this time. So you're coming down, say you're going 50 miles per hour right here. As you're going 50 miles per hour, you're slowing down to your comfort, say it's 40 miles per hour to take this corner. So once you get down to 40 miles per hour, after you lean the bike over, if you do nothing, so you're going from 50 to 40, so you're rolling off the throttle, you're using the brakes, both brake downshifting, it doesn't matter, whatever you're doing, you're slowing the bike down. As you're getting the bike to slow down, once you lean over, if you do not do anything with the throttle, you are going to continue to slow down. 40, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 34, you're just going to keep on slowing down, which is a big reason people overslow their entry. So you have to get back to maintenance throttle. How early do you want to get back to maintenance throttle? As early as you can. So you're going 50 miles per hour, you're slowing down to your comfort speed, and that is rule number 1. You keep on slowing down until you are comfortable with your entry speed. It does not matter what the rider does in front of you. It doesn't matter what the people want you to do behind you. You're the only one who's going to pay the consequences if you go in too fast for your comfort. So, number 1 rule, you slow down until you are comfortable with your entry speed, okay? And if that's good, so you're slowing down to 40 miles per hour, that's your comfort. Awesome. Now, if you go below 40 miles per hour, you're overslowing. That's what this is about. So once you get the bike to lean over, how much do you lean it over? Enough to make the corner. So you get the bike to lean over by counter steering, you push. Once the bike gets leaned over, you need to twist the throttle a little bit. So you get the bike to lean over. Like this is how long it takes to get the bike to lean over. Let's say this little bit right here. So here you're slowing down. Here you lean the bike over. That means right there you need to twist the throttle a little bit in order to maintain your speed. How much do you twist? Enough to maintain your entry speed, which is 40 miles per hour. So you're going 50 miles per hour, slowing down to 40. You get the bike to lean over because you don't want to add lean angle and throttle at the same time, right? So you get the bike to lean over first, and to prevent the bike from continuing to slow down, you twist the throttle a little bit just to maintain 40, and you're going 40, and you're going 40, and you're going 40. Maybe you're going like 42, 43 the bike, but once it's finally really pointed in the right direction and you can start to stand the bike up, take away lean angle, then you can start to accelerate. Only when those two things happen. You got to be able to see the exit, and you have to be able to start to bring the bike up out of the corner, just like they say in champ school. When can you accelerate out of the corner? When you see the exit and you can start to take away lean angle, then you could really hard start to accelerate back to 50, then 60, and whatever speed you want to go coming out of the corner, okay? So I'm behind riders a bunch, rolling off the throttle, I'm slowing down, I'm right behind them, they lean the bike over, and I twisted back on the throttle. I'm back on the throttle to maintenance throttle a good 30 feet before they are, and they keep on slowing, they keep on slowing, they keep on slowing. Then I have to slow down just because I'm getting right behind them. Then they finally get back on the throttle, and they're slowing down so much, now they have to downshift because they overslowed. All because once they lean the bike over, they did not get back to maintenance throttle sooner. So that's one thing to pay attention to and to practice and to work on. And last, the reason why you're overslowing your corner entry, ironically, is because most riders don't have confidence with the brakes. So let's say you're going down and you're taking a left-hand turn, right? So the mentality is, just like champ school again, I'm accelerating because I plan to brake. Too many riders solely rely on engine braking, either rolling off the gas alone to slow you down, and or downshifting to slow you down. And when you roll off the throttle to 0% throttle, what if that is not enough to slow you down for your comfort for the corner? Well, that means you're going to have to go to the brake anyway. So you might as well just go to the brake, because you control how much pressure you give it, so you control how much you slow down and how fast you slow down. So no confidence with the brakes. Most people generally slow down way too damn early, and they keep on slowing down, 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 they keep on slowing down. Then finally they're overslowing big time. Then finally, once their bike's in a straight line way over here somewhere, then they start to actually accelerate. So if you're comfortable with your brakes, you're more comfortable staying on the throttle a little bit longer. You roll off the throttle, you go on to the brakes, you get the bike to slow down. After you lean the bike over, right? Say this little portion right here, you get the bike leaned over, then you twist the throttle a little bit to maintain your speed. And then right here, you can see the exit, and you can start to bring the bike up and start to take away leaning, then you can start to accelerate up and out of there. But so many riders, there's a corner coming up, they've been on the road, they've never been on the road, it does not matter. If there's a straightaway and then a corner, most riders do not have the confidence to accelerate down the straightaway because they have no confidence going to the brake. If you have no confidence going to the brake, you roll off the throttle, you downshift, you'll keep on downshifting, and then you'll go through the corner and be like, oh man, I could have taken that a whole lot quicker. Well, that means you overslowed it, right? So this is the idea. How do you know you're overslowing your corner entry? What does that mean? That means when you get done with the corner, you think to yourself, maybe I could have taken that corner a little bit quicker. And that's how you want to think. You don't want to go into the corner and be like, oh my God, this was way too fast, because likely you're going to crash directly afterwards, right? So this is how you know that you're overslowing the corner entry. That's what it feels like. So this is the advice, right? As you're coming up to a corner, say you're going 60 miles per hour on the straightaway, slowing down to 30 miles per hour right here. As you take the corner, 30 miles per hour, and you're going through, right? Look at that. That's a good line going through there, right? Looks like a lot of fun. So as you're doing this, say you're slowing down from 60 to 30, and you go through the corner, and you're like, oh man, once you're right about here, you realize, oh, I could have taken that corner a little bit faster, and that's what you want to be thinking. So now just know the next time you take the same corner in the same direction with similar conditions, it's not raining or anything, maybe slow down to just 35 miles per hour. You just take a little bit quicker, and you're going through there, and if you still feel comfortable, like, oh, that wasn't bad. So it's just small increments to build your entry speed. How do a lot of riders get themselves in trouble? They go into it way too fast. They have no idea how to use the brakes, especially in the corner, and they freak out, target fixate, try to add a huge counter steer to prevent yourself from going wide, and they crash, all kinds of stuff, right? So rule number one, slow down to your comfort. If your comfort's 30, awesome. Get the bike to slow down, counter steer, get the bike to lean over. Once the bike's leaned over, twist the throttle a little bit to maintain your speed. And then once you can see the exit, take away lean angle, now you can accelerate. And then you just repeat the whole process for the next corner. You slow, get the bike to slow down, right? Maintenance throttle. After you lean the bike right here, twist the throttle to maintain your speed. Once you can see the exit, take away lean angle, then you click accelerate. If you go through this whole section and you're like, man, I felt pretty good. The next time you take the same section, just try to add maybe just 5 miles per hour. So 60 miles per hour, slowing down to 35. And you're good at 35 miles per hour. You're going through there. Maybe this from right here to right here is a little mini straightaway, right? And if you have confidence with the brakes, you can accelerate a little bit, then brake, slow the bike down, lean the bike over, twist the throttle a bit, maintain your speed just a little bit, wait, and then you can see the exit, take away lean angle, you can accelerate back and out of there. And you just slowly build it up, and that's why I do the same roads over and over and over again. I'm always experimenting. So maybe there's a crack on the ground right here, maybe there's a tree, maybe there's a pothole, maybe there's a whatever it is right here, right? You know, kind of like when you want to begin to start to turn the bike, you have reference points around, you're just looking around, or you see the corner coming up, like, okay, just like they say in champ school, and it makes perfect sense, when do you go to the brakes? Well, you go to the brakes when you're nervous. So you can start to brake early, that's okay, just you build up the pressure, you get the bike to slow down, lean the bike over, twist the throttle, maintain your speed, you're out of the corner, and like, oh, that felt pretty good, that was perfectly fine. But if you're going through, and you're like, oh, that was perfectly fine, but now you're going through, it's like, man, I slowed down so much, I had a downshift in the middle of the corner. Well, that means you're over slowing the corner. That's better than going in too fast because you're not going to crash and freak yourself out. However, these are the top 5 reasons why riders slow down so much. They overslow corner entry, okay? Next time you go out on the road, in the Twisted Mountain Road, go through these 5 things and just do one of them by itself individually. Think about the one thing I said, go back in the video and watch. Just practice that one thing. And then go back and forth on the road a couple times and practice the second thing. Then go back and forth the third thing. And then you finally put it all together. After you practice each separate one individually and you understand it, you practice it, you get good at it, then you blend all 5 of them together, and then now you just go through the corner and you slowly build the entry speed. This is what not to do. You slow down to 35 miles per hour and you still feel comfortable to go through this corner, okay? The next time you go through the corner, you're only going to slow down to like 55. That's a dramatic jump in speed. Don't do that. You're going to get yourself off guard. If you only slow down a little bit, like, holy crap, that was way too fast. And how do most people crash? Right here. They go into the corner too fast for their skill. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to slow the bike down. They don't know how to use the brakes in the corner. And they just keep on going wider and wider and wider, and they go wide at the exit into oncoming traffic or going off of a cliff. So rule number 1, slow down until you are comfortable with your entry speed. And at the exit of the corner, if you feel like, oh man, I felt perfectly fine through that corner, I could probably take the same corner just a tad bit quicker. The next time you take the same corner in the same conditions, just 5 miles per hour. See how that feels. If you try it again and you go 40 miles per hour, then you're like, oh man, I start to feel uncomfortable. Like if your heart rate starts to go up, like, oh, kind of freaking yourself out, you're getting very close to the limit. And that's when you know that that's a little bit too fast. I need to calm back down, maybe go back to 35 miles per hour for this one corner and just keep on practicing that for however long it takes for me to get comfortable there. You see what I'm saying? And you do that for every single corner, on every single road. You just keep on practicing, you keep on practicing, you keep on playing with these things, seeing these ideas. Same thing applies to the track, right? If you're going a whole lot faster speeds, overslowing corner entry, then on the track, there's no variables like potholes and gravel and oncoming traffic and cliff to fly off of. So you can really experiment with this. Plus you're going in a damn circle, whatever the track looks like, right? And you're seeing the same exact corner every couple minutes, so you could really play with these things in a controlled environment. You can still do this perfectly fine in the street, but you're just slowly understanding what you're doing, and you're very, very careful to add certain little things at certain points. And the whole thing about the speed for all this stuff, because it's public roads, right? You're not on the track doing this, or you could be on the track, it doesn't really matter. Either way, you're coming at it with an approach of, I'm just going to do one variable at a time. Just pick one thing. Am I doing this one thing? Let's go see. Let me see if do I actually feel myself counter steering? Where am I actually looking? Am I looking down at the ground, or am I looking up to where I want to be? Right? You play with these ideas and pay attention to your own experience on what you're doing. Then you can start to build them all together, and you start to become the well-rounded total package rider, not just a rider who's limited by just one way of thinking or one way of style of riding, right? Be good at everything. But this is the way to approach it if you're overslowing your corner entry. There we go. Get out and practice.